Alright guys, welcome back to Comicgeddon. Now that we've heard a kid's point of view on the new Ghostbusters movie, I'm going to give you my spoiler-free review. The movie, I wasn't too thrilled about it when it was announced. I'm not a fan of Melissa McCarthy at all. She's one of those comedian actresses that really gets under my skin. Likes to play the same character over and over. That wasn't the case this time around. She was actually very tolerable in the movie. There was a lot of male bashing in the movie. They like to portray men as complete dumbasses, which, you know, we have our moments, but not every guy is a complete idiot like they portrayed him. Chris Hemsworth's Kevin was probably the dumbest guy in the world. It seemed like every guy who got some screen time, they really dumbed it down. From Chris Hemsworth, the delivery driver for the Chinese restaurant, the dean of the university that Melissa McCarthy and Kate McKinnon's characters worked at. The tour guide of the haunted house. It just seemed like all the guys were really dumbed down to kind of raise up the intelligence, I guess, of the women for some reason. Paul Feig, Feige, however you pronounce his name, they should have got a better director, because Feige has this thing where if he finds something that he thinks is funny, he likes to sit on it for 5-10 minutes in a scene and just keep repeating it and focus solely on that joke. There was one part where Chris Hemsworth's character says, "Do you mind if I bring my cat in?" And they're like, "Oh, no, you can't, we're allergic to cats." And he's like, "I don't have a cat." They're like, "What?" "My cat is my dog." And he's like, "His name is Mike Hat. Or Michael Hat," and they focused on that for like 5 minutes, and there were just a lot of those jokes in the movie that Paul Feig liked to focus on for an extended period of time, which was very unnecessary. However, there were a lot of really good action scenes. Kate McKinnon and Kristen Wiig really kind of stole the show. They were probably my favorite parts of the movie. There are a lot of Easter eggs. One in particular, towards the beginning of the film, you do get to see a bust of Harold Ramis. So he does kind of make an appearance in the movie. And, you get to see Ernie Hudson at the very end. You get to see Sigourney Weaver at the very end. Bill Murray has a part in the movie, and they stayed true to what he wanted if he was going to be in another Ghostbusters movie. I can't say any more than that without spoiling it for you. But he does kind of play a Walter Peck type character. Bill Murray is the Peckerhead in this movie. Let's see, there were so many scenes I liked. There were scenes where they paid tribute to the original, like the mass hysteria scene when they were talking to the mayor. They actually mentioned it, mass hysteria. But it was another one of those parts where they just focused on way too much. They kept repeating the name or the word mass hysteria. So they could have really done without the focusing on things that Paul Feig thought was funny, which really weren't. But yeah, my favorite character in the movie was Kate McKinnon's character. She did great. Like I said, I was very pleasantly surprised. From day one, I was against this movie just because I hate Melissa McCarthy, and I thought they should have had a more diverse cast. The movie does have something that the other two Ghostbusters movies don't have, and that's death. I know Ghostbusters movies tend to focus on ghosts, but they don't really have anyone dying in them. But this movie did have 2 character deaths. which I can't really tell you much about. It's not a spoiler because I'm not telling you who died.
Yep.
I didn't want to know if Doctor Who died.
You can
So yeah, that is one thing that was very different in this incarnation of Ghostbusters from the last two, is that it does kill off two people. One of them actually does come back as a ghost, but yeah. So I overall I would give the movie, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I would definitely see it again. I'm glad I paid money to see it this time. There weren't very many people in the theater when I went to the early viewing of it. I think there was like maybe 20 people in the theater, if that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend you guys go see it. It is worth the money. You'll get a kick out of it. You'll enjoy it. Take your kids will enjoy it. My kids loved it. There were several scenes when they were laughing out loud. Next week, John's going to go see the movie this weekend. So next week, we'll give his review and we'll come back and talk about it with spoilers. Stay tuned, guys.